Yeah, you say in your book that people with Alzheimer's or dementia remember feelings associated with places and people, even if they don't directly remember the place or the person. So would you say that your therapies are ways to elicit memories of those feelings or to create, a safe and familiar platform?
Yes, absolutely. One of the major points that the book is making is that it's a myth that there's nothing there at all. Memories are sensual, related to sensual experiences, and the problem is that we have to accept that we can no longer communicate just with language as if we're in an office somewhere, or that the caregiving can be tremendously creative, like our parents were creative in caregiving. That we can actually find a way that brings us back to our more original language, which there were many options when we were growing up as children to use sound, touch, movement, and all of these will help bring back memories and physical activity as well. Mm-hmm. And that is profound. There have been many examples lately, especially on the internet. The viral example of that elder that was having no response at all in a wheelchair, and then suddenly they played some jazz from his youth from an iPod, and he became totally electric and shared memories of seeing Cab Calloway or someone like that. It was amazing.
That's really neat. Do you think that just because we begin to rely so much on verbal communication that we forget these things?
Yeah, definitely, yes. And that's what's stressing our society, our culture today. We were not really built for the speed that we're moving at, and the daily census that has to be kept at such a large number, and the requirements of documentation. We were not really built for that, and we're involved as caregivers in a human communication. Also, I want to point out, Carrie, that the history here is important to look at, because dementia was originally treated under psychiatric nursing, and geriatric nursing is fairly new and emerging field. So, for instance, my aunt Sadie ended up in a mental institution because she was senile, they said, and that wasn't that long ago, that was how we took care of people who began to exhibit dementia, couldn't be left alone, Yeah.
So your book is really useful for caregivers across the spectrum, whether you're caregiving in your home or for people working in a facility.
Yes, thank you. I just want to point out that I had experience in a wonderful CCRC in Vermont, northern Vermont. Wake Robin is the name of it, and there we had a group of independent and some assisted living people who joined the St. Bernards, and they became caregivers of the skilled living facility residents, and they were companions using the kinds of activities that I'm proposing in my book. So, and I recently was in visiting and doing a program at a facility in Albany, Region House, and one of the elders went off happily with the book because she said, we can do this, we can help other people. I know this song. So I think the people who are in your facilities can caregive.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. Well, again, the book is called As Long as You Sing, I'll Dance, The Bond, Not the Burden, The Blessing of Reciprocal Caregiving. And you can find that on Amazon.com. Is that right?
Yes, that's true.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for your time today. Really appreciate talking to you.
Okay. Thank you, Carrie. And